Hey, what's up guys? Grimsie42 here, and I've got my pickups from the Too Many Games Expo that was held this past weekend in the greater Philadelphia area. It was a total blast. I had a great time. I will admit, on Saturday I did get a bit car sick. Unfortunately for me, if I don't ride either shotgun or drive myself, I do tend to get a bit under the weather, so I did kind of wimp out on Saturday night, and I missed out on a lot of the festivities that I would have been able to enjoy otherwise. But that aside, the convention was great. It was a good weekend. Honestly, the first day, I really didn't have high hopes. Thanks to my affiliation with Screenwave Media, I was able to get into the event prior to them even opening. And kind of scope the area and, see if there were any things that, I wanted to purchase. And I did wind up finding one item that I was very, very happy to find. It was actually on my want list, if you will, one of my top wanted, if not my top wanted Genesis game. Unfortunately, it's not the game, it's just the case, but Castlevania Bloodlines. And then, to make matters better, it actually has the little warranty card inside of it. So that was definitely a cool little find. When I spotted it originally, I picked it up and it felt kind of light. So my actual thought process was that it was the cart and the case missing the manual. And I picked it up again and looked inside and noticed there was just the warranty card. So I asked the vendor what he wanted for it. And he said $10. And I instantly said that, I instantly thought that was a great deal. So I jumped on it. Much to my delight, it actually upset Billy of the Game Chasers. I guess he has the cart for this, so he was on the hunt for this case. So he definitely got caught slipping there because he literally was standing right next to me when I grabbed it. So Billy is still a bit butthurt over it, and that is totally awesome in my book. So we teased him most of the weekend about that. But other than that, as far as the first day, that was the only actual pickup that I got. I did do one trade. And it was actually with Billy. I picked up a lot recently that had a spare copy of a game that Billy was looking for, and ironically he had a double of a game that I was looking for, so we traded. And the one I got is actually new to my collection. It's the Cryan Conquest, and as you can see, it's definitely a very clean game. No damage to speak of at all, so I was totally happy to get that. But that was really it for day one. And to be honest, on day two, I really didn't make any purchases either. I'd kind of given up on the convention, I guess, if you will. I have a really hard time paying retail on games, and just seeing them in front of me is not enough of a, I guess, a motivator to drop the big bucks, I mean, some of the stuff was, higher than eBay, unfortunately. But there were deals to be found if you were willing to look, and on Sunday, I did find that out, so I went back to the convention, and I was definitely as ready as I could be to find deals. The first thing that I got was a Nintendo Power that I actually got off of Rue from Clan of the Grey Wolf. He had basically taken a game out of my doubles box and threw $1 at me, and I kind of felt like it was worth more than $1. And he was selling some extra Nintendo Powers, so I told him that, if I took one of those, I'd consider it even, and he was okay with that. And I picked up, I think this is issue 40? Yeah, volume 40. The reason that this is actually cool, though, if I can find it really quick, I'm pretty sure I know where it is. Yeah. This is the only issue of Nintendo Power, or any magazine that I know, that actually had a cover of, that covered Little Samson. So that's really cool. It kind of gives you a, like a 5-6 page walkthrough of the game. So I was definitely happy to pick that up. And then I started, searching around some more. Like I said, I did bring a box of doubles. There was nothing really crazy in there. I sold a few of them. And at the point where, the convention was winding down, I was actually getting sick of holding them. So I went over to one of the vendors and I basically showed him the box and was like, what will you give me for this? And he said, well, go ahead and tell me what you want. And I said, how about I grab a couple of your box games? And he was okay with that. So the first one, I actually already have this game, but I did not have this version of it. It is a variant. It is Gunsmoke. And if you can see by the label there, it's kind of got like a cowboy up front. Let me see if I can, yeah. Here is what the other Gunsmoke looks like. So you can see it's kind of depicted with, you know, a cowboy with multiple things in the background. While this one is just like a sketch of a single cowboy, and the cart is actually reflective of that. That's actually what it looks like. So it's cool to get that variant. You know, just another thing out of the way. I actually prefer the label of the one I just recently got. And then the other thing I grabbed was MiG-29, missing the manual. But if you can read this top little corner right here, I'm not sure if it's legible, but what it says is World Champion Thor Ackerland's Game of the Month. So when Thor actually won the Nintendo World Championship, they this company, Camerica, actually made some commercials and stuff with him in it. So pretty cool to see that. The next item I'm going to show you guys is actually a gift. Really cool guy. I'm not going to reveal his name. Not sure if he wants that thrown out there. If you do, comment below and I'll add it here. But he gave one to myself, Eric, a few other people, and it's a really cool Perler sprite art thing. I've got Samson, he's right here actually, that I got from somebody in the past recently. But now to add to the collection, I've got a little Mega Man. So I think that's really cool. Really nice to have to add to the small but growing collection of these. I was definitely super happy to get it. I think Eric actually wound up picking up a really big Shy Guy, which was cool. But he had some cool ones, and he did you know, like a really good job on them. But anyways, down to the last little bit of time left on the floor. So I walked around and I made some deals. So here's what I got. The first place I stopped, I grabbed 4 disc-based games. I paid $1 a piece on them. This first one, Guitar Hero 2, I grabbed for a friend who recently at a garage sale picked everything up but this game. He needed just the game. He had like the guitar in the box and all that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty sure he needs 2. Hopefully he needs 2. The next one is a Xbox exclusive. It's Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix 2. Again, not a valuable or sought after game, but the fact that it's Xbox exclusive and a Konami title, for $1, whatever. This next one I recently picked up on the Wii. It's Bakugan Battle Brawlers. And all of these are complete. And then lastly, Buzz Jr. Robo Jam. Again, not something I probably would be interested in. I'm probably going to hand that over to my buddy who's getting the Guitar Hero also. This last disc-based game I have here is actually a gift that I got from my buddy Matty J. So I'm going to go ahead and link his channel below. He's actually also going for a complete NES collection. But it was more of a joke gift. It's a sealed game. Arena Football Road to Glory. So definitely definitely something I will be leaving sealed. But still, it's a kind of cool, you know, idea, a principle. Maybe Arena Football is more fun than, you know, playing like Madden. I'm not a huge fan of that. But anyways, moving on. This next game was priced at $6. And I looked it over. It's a copy of Danger Girl, and as you can see, it's pretty clean. You know, and I inspected the disc, and the disc is literally flawless. There's no scratches or anything. And like I said, he had it priced at $6. And I asked him, I said, you know, would you be willing to go a little lower on this? And he says, well, what do you think? And I said, how about 4? And he said, well, I'll meet you in the middle at 5. And I said, you know, come on, man, be nice. It's the last day, etc., etc. So he finally agreed to it, and I actually paid with a 5. So he's like, so you wouldn't pay 5, but you have a 5. So it's kind of funny. And he actually wound up giving me $2 back. So I actually only got this for $3. So for a clean PS1 game in really good condition, I definitely was okay with that. You know, it was definitely an impulse buy, but I thought $3 was very fair. The next item I found was $5. I thought that was a pretty good price, and it actually comes with a manual and a case. It's got the little piece of the box right there. I'll go ahead and open it and show you guys. There's the manual, and, you know, rough shape, but still there. And clean copy of the cart. It's Kid Cool. It's another new one for the collection, so I'm definitely happy to add it. Honestly, I didn't have an issue paying what they wanted for it either. They had it listed at $6, and I asked if they'd take $5, and they said yes. So for $5, no problem there. I've got 3 more different stops to show you guys. The last one obviously being my favorite item. I was at a booth and I noticed they had a couple box games, and I'll go ahead and I'll show them all to you. The first one's a Super Nintendo game, NBA Hang Time. It's complete, but it's missing the insert, unfortunately. The next one is Virtual Pool 64. And lastly, and leastly I guess, is NASCAR 99. Now, I am going for complete boxed N64, so that's why I picked those up, and I figured he wouldn't want a lot for them since they were kind of crummy titles. So I asked what he wanted on those, and he said 5 apiece on the N64 games, and he had $8.99 posted on the Super Nintendo game. And I said, you know, since I'm buying multiples and it's the last day, would you do all 3 for 15? He agreed, so I thought, you know, getting all 3 of these for 15 bucks, 3 complete in-box games, not too bad of a deal. I actually think this next deal was pretty decent too. Go ahead and let me know below. I'm pretty sure I did well, but I grabbed 2 games. This is actually from the same vendor that I got that Castlevania Bloodlines. But basically, the 2 of these games, I asked him how much he wanted, and he said he would do both for 20, which I didn't even want to haggle. I felt that was a great deal. The first one is Aero Fighters Assault, which looks to be pretty fun. It's kind of like a you know, an airplane fighting game. It kind of looks like Ace Combat, if you will. But it's in really, really good shape and complete there. And then this next one, I'm told is a crappy game, but still another complete N64 game off the list, and it's South Park. And again, getting both of those for 20 I thought was a pretty good deal. And this last item, I actually got this partially through trade and then partially through paying money. One of my buddies, Adam, who goes by Squarepainter, and I will link his channel down below also, definitely check it out because he does some totally awesome stuff, had a booth right next to the Screenwave booth, which is cool because then we got to, you know, hang out with him and stuff a lot. But he had one specific piece of art that, you know, touched my heart. He actually had 2. The one was a bit out of my price range, unfortunately, but I definitely will want it in the future. But this one here I thought was pretty darn sweet. It is a pixel art of Firebrand, who, if you guys could tell from my little channel icon or whatever, he's one of my favorite characters in video games. And I thought this looked totally awesome. I had my eye on it the first day. On the second day I made a play at it, I had a Jungle Book for the NES that he was looking for, and between that and a little bit of money I was able to pick this up, so I thought that was totally cool. All artists signed their stuff on the back, so that was sweet. But it was definitely cool to get this. I was definitely happy. Definitely an awesome piece to add to the collection, and hopefully just the first piece of his work that I pick up. I'm actually looking forward to picking up a piece from Dodongo also, who I will be seeing at Retropalooza. So I've actually hit him up, and I'll be commissioning him to put something together for me. But anyways, guys, that is everything. This wraps my pickups up. I hope you guys enjoyed, and just a little update since you saw the NES games. A new episode of Quest for NES is coming. I do realize I'm a bit behind on that, and I do apologize. Unfortunately, I just have had a huge work schedule, and then with the conventions all coming up and everything, my mind has just been everywhere, and with garage sale pickups coming in so frequently, it's just been very hectic for me, but it is something that I'm going to work on in the near future. I'll have it out for you guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, take care.